Oh man, you got a little ring right there.
It's a ring of fire, dog. Just a ring of fire.
That fucking boat hitting that bridge, man. I'm starting right at the rip because I wanted to talk about it so bad when it happened that day. Yeah, like I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning to like news, like fucking boat hit fucking Baltimore Bridge. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
That's pretty wild.
I had some really real leave the world behind vibes. I was like, oh shit, dude, China just did it. They finally did it.
They started.
Yes. Raise hell, praise Dale. Let's do this. Of course, a week after we go shooting and waste some of my ammo,
Right.
now these motherfuckers want to invade us and shit.
I learned something though. My gun's garbage, so I need to get that.
Yeah,
I need to fix
it's
that.
It's a good thing you shot again, because if it was you, if you would have shot my gun and it went way off, I'm like,
Yeah, I've been fucking. I would have
just left.
I would have shot myself. Probably missed, but I would have shot myself. I would have had somebody else that was hitting the target.
I would have just left.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
honestly, I probably would have left.
Just go sit down. Just start walking home.
Like, damn, dude.
Bam, bam. Damn, that's crazy, and just leave.
Yeah. This gun's fucked up too.
You shoot everyone's gun.
Oh man, I don't feel good, dude. Oh, yeah, my head hurts. Like my eyes are all blurry and shit.
I think I got the long COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, something going on here.
Oh shit! I said the magic word. Now our fucking video is gonna have the little thing on it.
Jesus Christ, dude.
The facts on this are not real.
Yeah. Dr. Fauci was right. He was right.
He was so wrong. He was right.
Yeah.
You ever been so wrong that you're right?
No.
I have, apparently.
That'd be on the After Hours podcast.
Yeah, join us for the After Hours podcast. It gets dirty. I feel like Joe Biden just now whispering into the mic. Fucking Joe Biden, man. They're talking about. Did you hear about their both him and old Booty Juice fucking said like, oh yeah, the government's gonna take care of it. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like you didn't run them. You didn't run them by us.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna need like a.
Was this like an executive decision?
I need like a P&L on what's going on. I need like all the information. I need your bank statements and everything, because it is our money. So last I checked, that's what we're forced to have insurance for.
Yeah. Well, we can afford it because we only got 2 proxy wars going on. So
we're only a couple $1 trillion in debt, or
Yeah.
a couple $100 trillion in debt. It's not.
Yeah. What's another bridge? You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, that's like the whole reason insurance should even be a thing, is for catastrophic failures like that.
Yeah.
Like if you run a business that has a lot of liability,
Maybe they didn't have uninsured motorists.
uninsured motorist,
Uninsured motorists.
uninsured motorist, dude. Maybe the bridge didn't have insurance.
That's what it was.
Maybe the city of Baltimore didn't have insurance.
They didn't have what's up, buddy? They didn't have uninsured motorists. So the government's like, I guess Morgan & Morgan came knocking on Biden's door. He's like, hey.
Morgan & Morgan was like, no, shit, dude. They started fucking foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, right.
Dan Newland and him it's going to be a Dan Newland versus Morgan & Morgan fucking UFC heavyweight championship to see who can win.
What's up, babe?
Just remembered something.
What, they were in the middle of a fucking podcast?
You're live, so.
That I didn't put in the 2 swap outs for Craig Anderson.
Oh, he needs swap outs too? Oh, guess I'm working in the morning. That's fine. I'll go do them.
I gotta remember to put them in the system tomorrow.
Yeah, remember that. And I'll go do them in the morning. No big deal.
I don't know what fucking reminder. Sorry. I'm really high now. Sorry. But I'm glad I remembered.
I'm so glad we're live right now.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Well, Israel called.
What, do they want more money?
Israel called.
And I told you the difference. I was like, that's why it's important to know the difference between a pickup and a swap out.
Yeah. Nah, it's okay. I'll replace you soon. Love you. Love you.
Remember, business owners don't have to deal with dumb shit, right? It's only
Oh, yeah.
employees.
Yeah, it's only the employees.
Call all your employees right now for a driver meeting and say, hey, what were we saying? Oh, yeah, the fucking boat insurance, dude. That's bullshit, dude. 'Cause I'm forced to have insurance. But like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted,
Fucking women. Come in here room at night. I gotta wake up at 5 in the morning.
like if you own a business that has like a lot of liability, it's always easier. Like if something small gets damaged, especially something like super minute, it's always easier to just fix it yourself than have to go through the process of filing it through insurance. As long as both parties are okay with it, like so what, the whole reason insurance is there, in my opinion, is for catastrophic failures like that. Like something like that is a massive thing that should be handled by insurance. Like that's what you have it for. That's why insurance companies are fucking ridiculously,
Yeah.
Well,
it's look, the fucking government don't give a shit about any of that. It's the same
No.
thing with like when they bail the banks out. Why are you bailing anybody out? If as a business owner, if I go make fucking 5 or 6 bad decisions, put myself in a fucking bind,
you don't get bailed out.
you gonna come rescue me? Or like, it don't matter what it does to the economy. It don't matter how big the company is or how small the company is. You fuck up, you pay the consequences. Yeah. That's why you don't. That if the government didn't back the banks, none of that shit would ever happened, because the banks would have never been just handing money out left and right.
Nope.
They're like, I'm not worried about it because we're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Somebody might get fired, but he's gonna get fired with a very nice severance package,
Yeah.
or like a pension or whatever. But it's the same thing with the boat shit, like why is the government involved at all? I understand it's a government road.
It's a show of like it's a show. It's all a show. Nothing's real. When people in Baltimore, when they realize that a lot of their taxes went up this year, they're like, whoa,
Yeah.
Hold up, why? Really, it's gonna be everyone because the federal government's getting involved, so everyone's gonna have to pay for that bridge.
Like everybody's like, oh, how come I'm not? Last year I got $3,000 in taxes. This year I only got $1,500. Well, it's because they gave you a shitload of money during COVID.
Yeah.
That's why who do you think pays for that? It's not even. You would have been better off not to take it.
You shut the country down for a year?
Yeah.
You give me $1,200? Thank you.
Yeah.
My problems are solved.
Yeah, they're just giving out money left and right.
I don't know if you heard the full story about the CEO of the shipping company that
you told me about it.
I know I mentioned it to you, but I didn't do any research on it, so I don't know how true this is.
These are 100% facts we're about to spit here.
They're at least 99% facts.
Confirmed. I have sources.
Well, it says Angela Chow or Cho. I think it's Chow. I don't know. Anyway.
Like the dog.
I hope I'm not wrong, because if I'm wrong, I'm gonna look like an idiot. But it was a sister-in-law of one of our senators, Mitch McConnell, and she drowned in her vehicle 6 days before the ship hit the bridge, and she was the CEO of the company.
Was she actively the CEO?
Yeah, it says was the CEO of the shipping company that owned a massive cargo ship that hit the Key Bridge and caused its collapse. She's supposedly drunk, backs her car into a pond and dies. So, like, I've heard this story before. Yeah. People going hiking with loafers on, and
it's usually Clintons are usually involved.
Yeah, people who have never went skydiving or never went in any adventure sinking or whatever like that, skydiving, no parachutes, or they shoot themselves in the head like 4 or 5 times and make sure they're real dead. So
I've done that before.
Laser tag.
I've shot myself in the head 3 times.
I've gotten real serious in laser tag before.
If I would have just fucking had the balls to shoot myself the 4th time, I'd have been dead.
But yeah, I'm gonna do a little research on that, because if it's true, I mean, it's one of those things where like it's kind of like a brush off the shoulder at first, but then you're like, hold up, like what pond was it? Like what kind of vehicle was it in? Like what
does she drink all the time?
What time of day was it? Like was it like fucking noon on a Wednesday? Like noon on a Wednesday, she's just getting fucking litty and just backing a car into a pond? That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, the video was crazy. that like whole live feed of it, or not live feed, but like it was
Yeah.
like power goes out. I was like, oh shit. My first thought for the captain was like, fuck, I want to lose my job.
And it's gone. Yeah, as soon as the power goes out, you're like, well, there goes my
In a boat that
livelihood.
size, yeah, you're like, shit.
Like, you can see the bridge. You're like, fuck, this ain't gonna be good.
Someone like one of the authority, like the cops, something like that. They called it in. They saved a bunch of people. Like they stopped the traffic on the bridge as soon as they could. They said as soon as the first time they saw the lights go out on it, like someone reported, like, hey, like there's a boat coming towards the bridge. The power just got cut off on it. Like, stop traffic immediately. So that thing fucking.
Whoever made that phone call is smart.
What phone call?
Whoever called the authorities.
No, I think it was the cops. I think like the cops are like some person that works on the bridge or something like that, or something. I again, I didn't. It was on the news. I was listening to it. I was driving, just kind of passively listening to it. But yeah, I mean, that thing collapsed like really fucking quick.
Yeah, it's like
Like
like a controlled debt.
It just looked like a like when you build stuff like a cards, and you just touch the wrong thing the wrong way, and the whole thing just fucking collapses. That's what it looked like. You look at those big massive bridges, and you don't think it's gonna happen. You're like, there's no way. Like,
We got to think about it because it's like a suspension bridge too, so there's like so much tension on it.
Yeah.
So when it snaps, it just fucking snaps.
People wonder why I have a fear of bridges. Not really. I used to have a fear of bridges, but
What's crazy is driving over that bridge over in St. Pete. Another one that got hit by a boat, like back in like the 90s or whatever.
That super long bridge.
Yeah. Like one, it goes fucking real high.
Yeah, it goes like fucking stupid high, so the boat can get under it.
That's like a sketchy bridge to drive across.
Imagine you're just driving,
especially knowing that bridge has collapsed. Not that particular one, but the one next to it. You get a reminder of it every time you drive. You're like, oh, there's a nice pier that they have that used to be the bridge that the boat knocked down.
Imagine you're driving, you know you're weightless. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because you can't see a boat.
No. And if you do, you're not thinking of anything of it. You're like, oh,
because it always looks like it's about to hit the bridge.
You're driving along. Next you know, free fall.
Yeah. That's a long drop too. I mean, I don't know if like you stand up next to a cruise ship, you're like, man, this motherfucker's big. Them boats are way bigger.
Cargo ships are massive. The fucking bridges are massive, and just like you don't even have time to think about it. You don't even have time to think like, oh shit, I'm falling. Like it just
like, what the fuck was that?
Probably hear a loud bang, scratch, and then next you know you're fucking swimming.
I'm sure it had, like when the boat, because you see the boat bounce off of it before the bridge actually collapsed. So I'm sure that bridge was fucking shaking. You're like, what the fuck?
Godzilla.
Godzilla. Yeah, it'd be wild, man. How many people died? It's like 37 or something.
Ooh. No, there was like 20 cars on the bridge, and then like a crew that was working on it. Yeah, we're working on something minute. And last I heard, confirmed there were 6.
Oh.
There were 6 confirmed dead. I don't think they found the rest. I think there's more, but 6 confirmed. Which, yeah.
Who are those 6 people?
You're right.
That's my first question.
That was my immediate thought when I heard it. I was like, I wonder who was like, how can you make it look like an accident?
Yeah.
Like that's like make it look like an accident. I mean, no one's gonna think like, oh, this guy was, he was on his way to testify over here, or he was, in the city to testify, and for some reason he was up at 1:00 in the morning driving across the bridge, and now he's dead.
And then China hacked it real quick.
Yeah, that's
It's like when the Malaysian flight disappeared. I was like, who's on that fucking plane, dog? Somebody's on that plane. Somebody had some information. Some information, or like the cure to cancer, or whether it's government involved or big money, big pharma, or whoever. big oil. Because like I don't know, like I heard a story. I don't know how true it is, but like Henry Ford was flying this guy, and his last name was Diesel, right?
Nice.
He's the one that invented diesel.
I know.
So
Just saying nice.
nice.
Like imagine if his name was like Tubby or something like that.
yeah.
Off my Tubby truck out there, boy.
That actually be
It's a Tubby.
It's a Tubby. But yeah. So the guy Diesel was killed in a plane crash.
Was his grandchild Vin Diesel?
Yeah, but like his idea, yeah, his like he the diesel motor was never meant to run like diesel fuel. It was like to be run on anything. I mean, the older diesels are, but it was like, yeah, it was supposed to be ran all different. It was supposed to be like vegetable oil, whatever the fuck. It's supposed to like never even have to actually have diesel. It's supposed to be like 100% recyclable type motor. But apparently he died on the way over here to share the information with Henry Ford.
Makes sense. It's like anytime someone comes with a new invention that's gonna like help a lot of people out, it's like big companies just like that. You son of a bitch.
Every time somebody produces
you
a water
son
car,
of a bitch.
everybody's like, "Hey, look at this! I built this car. It runs off water.
How
get
dare
it for
you?
free."
How dare you? No, the government would make something. Even if somehow, some way, some miracle that the government came out and said, "All right, yeah, we have a water powered vehicle, like awesome." They'd make it where it's illegal to run on rainwater. That if you had a fucking funnel that collected rainwater while you're driving around, they'd be like, "Yeah, that's illegal. You're going to jail for like 30 years."
Yeah,
You can't even drink rainwater, which is
you can't.
insane.
Yeah, it's dumb how you can't. You're not.
You can't collect natural
not in every
shit.
state. Not in every state. There are states that allow you to do it. There's very few states that don't let you do it. But the fact that they even have that law
It's exactly.
is retarded.
Exactly. That's my point. Like,
so you're telling me there's a law that where I can't put gutters up to put it in a rain system. I cannot collect.
but you can put
rainwater.
gutters up and let it drain into rocks.
Yeah.
Make that.
I mean,
make
it's going to
sense.
get there eventually, anyways. Might be a little bit less of it,
Yeah.
but I don't know how that works. I'm not a scientist.
Thank
but
God.
yeah, the world would be a better place.
Would it?
Yeah.
How?
So I wouldn't be a scientist. I wouldn't be fucking trying to study shit. But yeah, collect rainwater. I don't give a shit.
Oh. Put me out of a job.
Yeah. Hell, it might be horrible for the environment to collect rainwater. I don't fucking know. I'm not a scientist. I don't care. Drink the water. Who gives a shit? It's water.
Drink the juice.
Not
Don't
the
ask.
government.
Don't ask any questions.
Not
Drink
the
the
government
juice.
water. Don't drink the government water.
Don't go to fucking Flint, Michigan. Don't drink that water.
Don't have city water.
The fact that we have
It's a
a
lot
fucking
easier to fucking poison a city supply than it is my fucking underground reservoir.
The fact that we have a fucking city in America that doesn't have clean drinking water is wow.
It's wild.
Like when you like these politicians and all these other big tech, big oil guys, all these fucking big company guys, they're so out of touch with the world. When you hear them talk on the dinner table conversations, it's like, dude, no, not like
Yeah. Our dinner table conversations are how do we overthrow your ass?
yeah. How do we stop the government
And
from
we all
being
know
so
how to
involved?
do it. It's just the problem is there's not enough people with balls to do it. Okay, I take it back. There are enough people with balls to do it, just they ain't got together yet. You got people like me and you, like, what are we gonna do to the government? We talk about it all the time.
Yeah, because
you couldn't take the government down by ourselves.
If me and you did an isolated thing, guess what? We'd be fucking labeled as domestic terrorists.
Yeah, but if there's 10,000 people with the same mindset, and we all kind of have that same communication, like, hey, like, get that organized a little better. 10,000 people could throw the government.
Yeah, was it 3%?
Yeah, from what I understand, 3% of the population, which is not 10,000 people. It's a lot more than that, but I think 10,000 people could do
10,000 people can do a lot of damage.
10,000 people, especially trained people, like, and everybody's on the same page, has the same goal in mind. Like, just overthrow the government, not go in there and murder everybody and slaughter.
No, we don't want to
break all the windows.
We don't want them drug out by their
fucking building.
We don't want them drug out by their fucking collars and like hung in this. We don't want that. We just want them to stop being in power for fucking 70 years.
Yeah.
Like, is that too much to ask for? Term limits? Stop raising our taxes? Stop taxing us in general.
Stop taxing us in general. I understand we got to pay taxes. I get that, but it's got to be a flat thing across the board. Like, make it sales tax.
Yeah, we talked about this
Yeah.
before. I mean, how else are we going to fund two wars that we're not involved in? That's the crazy part, dude. Oh, America doesn't want to get involved in a war. We're just going to fund it. It's the same thing, dude.
Yeah.
The only difference is we're not shedding blood.
Yeah.
Like we're
If
just
you
shedding.
want, if you
We're
want to go
shedding
to war,
someone else's blood. That's all we're doing.
if you want to go to war, take a vote on it. You know, not like a Democrat, not a Democratic vote, not majority rules type shit. Do like an actual, constitutional fucking voting system.
Everyone goes in there, puts the fucking yes or no in the hat,
Yeah.
and the president reads it one by one. Yes. No.
Maybe. Wait, who? The Jews? Yes.
Oh, someone put a fucking piece of gum in here.
Why does this one have a dick on it?
All right, everyone who wants to go to war, stand on the left side of the room.
Like, do it like just how we vote for a president, Like, have the electoral college, all that stuff, like an actual constitutional, not rigged though.
Yeah, if we're funding a war, that would be the time. But if we're going to war, like that's one of those things where like I'm like not really okay.
No,
with
you still gotta put a vote on it.
Yeah,
It's like, hey, we're going to Vietnam to end dictatorship, and it's like, no,
if we're gonna do that,
that's not our fucking problem.
If we're gonna do that, we might as well not even have a fucking president or a judicial or legislative or we're not. None of those matter if we do it. If we do that for
we could still show power through strength. But hey, don't fuck with anybody, or we're gonna go over there and fuck you up. If we had that original American fucking spirit, it's like, hey, don't fuck with us because we will fuck you up. Then whenever somebody does something stupid and you're like, hey, we're gonna vote on this, and everybody's like, yeah, go, yeah, that's fucking wrong, fuck them.
Yeah.
And we go over there, we send our people over there, get the fucking job done, and get the fuck out. Not hang out for fucking 10, 15, 20 years. Just fucking go in there, do what we said we were going to do.
Spank them on the ass.
Yeah.
Fuck
and
out.
be like, hey, don't do that shit no more. Like, I just killed that guy. If you fucking do it too, I'll be back. And then you fucking leave. And then people around the world will be like, hey, they voted on it. The whole country was like, yeah, that's not right.
Yeah, at least 51% of them were.
Yeah. So that's how it should be. And then when you do agree to it, when you vote yes, you are agreeing that taxes are going to go up for a little bit. You are agreeing on that.
I just think we should just go back to isolationists like we were back before World War II. Like, we're paying all this money.
Yeah, but look at all the wars. I mean, there's still a lot of wars going on. And America is becoming the bad guy in a lot of it, in my opinion. But like pre-World War II, look at everything that happened. Like, look at all the people. There was a lot more dictators fucking just killing people willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Because we were like, I mean, we weren't like a superpower at the time, but everybody was like, oh yeah, that's not our problem. Like, so World War II kind of lit a fire under everybody's ass, and we haven't had a war like that.
Yeah.
We've had dumb wars. Like every war we've been in since World War II is supposed to be the war that ended all wars. And it would have been if there wasn't money and shit involved. And if we would have been voting on that stuff, just like they did in World War II. Well, not so much World War II.
It's more like bonds and shit.
Yeah, which is kind of like voting, But if they would have had a system like that, they would have been like, yeah, go, the world's in trouble. Let's help it out.
Yeah. I don't know. We just need to we either need to decide to be the world police or not. Like we have to stop going back and forth. Because there's genocide happening in South Africa right now. There's genocide happening in all these other countries, and we're not doing anything about it. But we're going,
there's no money to be made down there.
That's what I'm saying though. Like if we either are the world police or we're not. There's no in between. There's no we're funding two proxy wars because this is Israel and Ukraine, but we're not doing that because that or this. It's not that. It's if we're gonna be the guys who come in and say stop doing that, then that's what we need to be. And if that's the case, then all these countries that we protect All these countries that rely on us, that don't want to have a fucking, $1 billion or billions, hundreds of billions of dollars in defense budget, and they just like, okay, well, instead of putting $100 billion into our defense every year, let's just pay America like $5 billion a year, and they'll just defend us. And that's fine, because then it's going to lower our taxes, and it's going to take it. They're going to be paying us. I mean, call us the mob if you want to. Hey, pay us and we'll protect you.
Yeah,
but
it's not forced though.
Yeah, but we'll actually protect. We won't go over there and like fuck your country up. Like, you gonna pay us now?
Yeah.
You want this to happen again?
Yeah. Thanks for the $10 billion last year. I just built these 3 battleships with.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Now you're gonna pay another 3 years.
Yeah. We're gonna put these battleships outside your fucking borders, and if you're trying to leave, we'll blow you up until you pay us more money.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that, but like, just if we're gonna be the world police, let's be the world police. Let's actually be the world police. Like, I know that's what the UN is for, but the UN's garbage.
Yeah.
The UN is stupid. The UN is a failed idea.
It's because it got political.
Yes, it got political. That's the problem. You go to the, like when Trump went to the meetings like that, and was like, why is Germany paying like 3.2% and or 1 point something percent, and they're paying this percent? America's paying like over 5%, and like we're paying the most, and we're doing the most, and no one's paying us in return. Why the fuck is that? Why is that a thing? Like, it should be one of those things where like, if you want to have a UN and that's how you want to run it, that's great. And if America's going to be the world police, that's what we vote on, that's what the thing we're going to do, then everyone needs to pay their fucking dues. America shouldn't be paying anyone
to be a part of it.
We are the ones they're paying to take care of them. That's how it should be. It's like child support. Like, we'll take care of you. You won't have to lift a fucking finger. If someone invades your country, we'll be there like that. We'll be there right there. We'll have troops we'll have fucking boots on deck. We'll have fucking artillery. We'll have fucking planes, everything. Tank, we'll have everything there. You won't have to worry about anything. None of your blood will be shed any more than it already has from the second they got there. But we don't do that. We stay out of it, then we kind of get into it, then we fund these wars, then we don't fund these wars. And, we're paying all this money to Ukraine. Why, like, in all honesty, I think the only reason we didn't go over there and do anything with Russia is because Putin's a fucking bad man who would rather see the world burn than lose. So supposedly. But I think if we went in there, when that happened, if we would have just went in there and fucking mopped the floor with them, the Ukrainians are holding their own for, still are apparently. So why can't we just go in there?
I hope they are, because we're giving them a shitload of fucking money to do it.
That's what I'm saying. They're at this point, after a good solid year of a war, it's an American war. It's no longer a proxy war. It's an American war.
Yeah, we just don't have American boots on.
That's it. That's the only difference. We're training them. We're funding them. We're giving them equipment. We're giving them weapons, giving them ammo, giving them everything they need to fight a war. Why don't we just do it ourselves? Like, I'm not the kind of person to say, oh yeah, send American troops over there. I don't want that. But if it means that the rest of America, the citizens of America, civilians, are not going to struggle financially because we're trying to support these other countries, then let's go over there, fuck them up for a bit, and say, hey, Ukraine, that war we just did, that we just fought for you, cost us fucking $30 billion and 10,000 American lives. You owe us. Pay up or don't get protected no more. Simple as that. Cody 2024.
Or it'd be like they were part of it, the whole time. They were paying their dues the whole time.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, we got you. Go over there, do your thing. Spend this much money. Doesn't matter how much money we spent. Doesn't matter lives we lost or whatever.
You talking about they're fighting next to us?
Well, yeah, they'd have to fight too. They couldn't just fucking sit back and
I couldn't be a part of a country that had other countries fighting this war. I'd be like, I'm gonna go live in America. If they, I couldn't. Hey, they're picking on us. Come beat them up for me. Like, just pay us to be your security. That's
That's with anything. I couldn't ask anybody to do, like weird shit like that.
No, absolutely not.
Like get in a bar fight. Like, hey, can you beat them up?
Yeah, right.
Like, bro, you either fucking fight or you take your licking. Like one of the two. I ain't gonna ask nobody for help. I mean, if somebody jumps in and helps out, it's whatever. But
well, that's the whole.
That's why I roll deep. You know what I'm saying? I'm the fucking bar police. You know what I'm saying?
That's the whole thing of it, man. Like if you're instead of paying $100 billion or X amount of billions of dollars to fund your defense and all this other stuff, like you can still have a military, pay a smaller budget, and if you get into an actual massive war, you have America to come assist you. Or if Britain want, because then you can have like three sections. You got the fucking European, North America, Asian.
Yeah, you might not even need like America itself to come.
Yeah, you
help
might need fucking UK, or you might need fucking some other big superpower that's willing to be that person to step up and send their troops and stuff. But you have to pay your dues. Like okay, this half the fucking world pays or pays UK. This half the world pays America. This half the world pays whatever other fucking I can't think of another superpower that's not a fucking piece of shit. So it's like, okay, everyone pays their dues, and then like, UK's like, hey man, we went over to this place to fight the war for Germany. Like Germany got attacked, and we're trying to help them out, and we're getting fucking bodied. And they call America, and then we come in and back them up. Hey man, Big Brother's here. Don't worry, we got this. We did it before. We'll do it again. Like that's just how it needs to be. So it's super simple, super simple. Just and if you don't like the fact that other countries protecting you, don't pay your dues. But when you get fucking mollywopped by a bigger country that you don't have protection from, I don't know what to tell you. So it's like when you pay security at your house. I got security in my house. I pay monthly to have security. Someone breaks in my house or someone, whatever, alarm goes off, cops are called, all that stuff. All is taken care of. I pay them to do that. Now I'm there. I can defend my home, no problem. But if I'm not there, they take care of it.
Yeah.
Simple. That's just how economy works.
What you're saying is America's a business, and it needs to make money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you're providing a service for other countries, those other countries need to pay the business.
We're paying other countries to protect them.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Why are we paying all these countries so we can protect them?
Hey Germany, did you get that $1.7 billion I sent to you? All right, we're gonna send some planes and this and that, and
all right, we sent you $1.7 billion. Congratulations. We heard you got attacked. We're gonna go over there and fuck them up. Oh wait, no, we're not. We're just gonna fund you even more. We won't do that though because it's the world's greatest money laundering fucking scheme ever.
Yeah, I wish I would have thought of it.
That was my mistake. I was born.
Somebody said if I had a skid steer, I'd make $1 million. Remember that? There was a guy that said that.
Who said that?
I don't know, because we had just bought the skid steer.
Oh, that must have been you and Dad that heard that. I didn't hear that. I heard you guys make jokes about it all the time, but
we just bought a skid steer, and the guy,
it was like some guy at a gas station, some crackhead.
Dad was like talking. Yeah, it was like Dad was like talking to somebody about something. They're like, "Man, if I had one of those, I'd be a millionaire. If I knew how to launder fucking wars, I'd be a billionaire."
Yeah, so it's always those crackheads and shit like that at the gas stations. They're like, man, if I had one of those, man, I'd be fucking set for life.
And then one of those crackheads finally get one, and they go around and do a job for like $200. Like, I'll clear 7 acres for $500. What? What are you gonna do with everything?
They're gonna put more fuel in the skid steer and they're gonna go buy meth.
Yeah. And never get the job done.
I
never half up front.
Yeah, half up front. They're gonna go fucking high on meth before you even start the job.
Yeah. They get half the money and never even show up.
It's a good scheme. Yeah, super simple, super easy to fix. Proxy wars are dumb. Proxy war doesn't even make sense. The word proxy, the two words proxy and war doesn't. Like.
It's either a fucking war or it's not.
Exactly. Like that. I'm going to pay you because some other guy is fighting or whatever. It just doesn't make it. I'm gonna start
having my employees pay me to come to work.
Yeah. I can't even give it a good hypothetical because it doesn't make sense. Like, last I checked, when you're doing something for someone, they're paying you.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have to worry about funding a war if they had been paying us this whole time for their protection. Because the second Russia fucking stepped over the border, it would have been like, all right, cool, well, let's go over there real quick, fuck them up.
It would have never even happened.
It would never happen, no.
Russia would be like, hey, that's our land. America's like, what do you say? You ain't there right now. You ain't been there for like a while, dude.
Yeah, Putin. This isn't fucking 1452
Yeah.
anymore, dude.
That
Like,
fucking-
goddamn.
That interview was funny. So why did you invade Ukraine? Well, in the 1300s. What the no? Real fucking answers,
Yeah.
bitch.
Well, 700 years ago.
That was like 30 minutes into that interview, and I was like, we're like in the 1400s now. I was like, how long is this?
Putin wasn't even born,
Yeah.
and he was talking about shit that why he caused the
Yeah.
war.
His family name wasn't even a thing yet, probably.
That's where the whole like how far do we go back thing, you know, like how far do we go back, especially at this point in time, like when
If that generation, the last person from that generation, once they die off, you don't go any further back than that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter anymore.
like
I mean, as far as like countries and stuff go, you know, like if you're a family that has land, like in a country, it's a
Yeah.
little different. You can't just be like, well, your great granddad's dead, so it's my land now.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah, well, it's like like how far do you go back? Because like when we were still discovering land, like when man was still discovering different land. I know there was indigenous people on that land. I understand that, but we were still discovering like new territory, and technically a lot of the territory was bought for pennies on the dollar. Obviously, it's not our fault that they thought it was a joke. Like, you can't own land. Man can't own land. Okay, well, we bought this.
Well, here's a fucking fence.
We bought
you
this.
stay on that
we
side.
need you to go away.
Yeah.
Well, we've been here for hundreds of years. I understand that, but I just bought it from you.
I just put a fence up. So
You see this fence, you cross it, you die. That's how
Yeah.
it happens.
talk to that guy. I bought it from him. That guy's in charge of you, right? Yeah.
Yeah. You can only go so far back. You go back too far.
We're gonna name football teams after you guys.
You go back too far, it doesn't make any sense. At that point,
Yeah.
where do we go? Where do we go? Because you did
Everybody's got to go back to their homeland.
But you did the 23andMe thing. What was the dominant fucking
Irish.
exactly? What are you gonna go back to Ireland? A place you've never been to in
My
your life?
23. So a little context because you probably think I'm bullshitting you. So I upped the 23andMe updated. We actually just checked it like 2 days ago. So it's like the more people that do it,
Okay, I'm about to say update.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
yeah, the more people
Did
that
your
do it, the
genes
more
fucking
lineage
evolve
they
in the
get.
past fucking
Yeah.
2 years?
I still got a shitload of Neanderthal on me.
Yeah, you need to go
But-
back. You need to
but
go
it-
way back.
But it was mostly like British, and I was like, well, that's fucking stupid.
Oi,
You know? I was like, whatever. I got fucked up teeth.
I don't feel gay.
It fits. But then it updated, so it's like 50-50 British and Irish, which makes sense because
Yeah.
back then Ireland was like a territory of
That's what I'm saying. How far do you go back?
yeah.
Because it wasn't always fucking Britain. It wasn't always Ireland. It wasn't always that. So if I keep going back, I mean, what fucking land do I go on to where I'm not going to be persecuted for stuff I
Yeah.
didn't do?
Imagine if they were like, "Hey, everybody's got to go back to their land." There'd be like 50 people here in America, and then like Ireland would be like way overcrowded. Germany would be over. All of Europe would be fucked. But still, even if you go further back than then, where are you from? Everybody's gonna be living in Africa.
Yeah. The people that be living here are the people that live on the Indian reservations, and the entire Americas would turn into a shithole, just like the Indian reservations are. Or it might not, because they're no longer getting free money. If they think about that, they'll be like, everyone needs to go back to the land. Okay. And then their checks stop coming every month, and they're like, "Ooh, whoa,
Whoa.
oh shit!" What? Paleface, come back. Yep. But we pay taxes for them too, so.
Yeah, I would love to see. I know it's never gonna happen. Even if you broke into the fucking building where they keep all the paperwork, it would still never happen because they never pass an audit. But I would love to see an itemized receipt of where all of our tax dollar goes. It'd be a very long list, but
Yeah,
I'd like
that's
to
all I
see-
want. That's all I want. At the end of the year,
it should be like 20 things.
just give me the top 20 that you guys use some money
Like
to.
the itemized receipt for the government should be no longer than like with somebody like a Costco who has like the stupid long receipts.
Walgreens.
Yeah, you're like, hey, here's a stick of gum. Well, I gotta change the fucking roll out, and you're like, oh, yep, there's the gum right there, 79 cents.
79 cents? The fuck Walgreens you go to?
Oh, there's already chewed up piece of gum. I found it on the floor. They wouldn't let me leave with it. But that's about how long the government receipt should be.
Yeah.
Not like a Wawa Subway receipt. You know what I'm saying?
Them things only have words on them half
Yeah.
the time. Sup. But until then, America will keep paying taxes. And we'll keep bending over harder.
I don't think we're too far away from something happening.
Nope. Hope not. Something needs to happen.
Yeah. 'Cause I make decent money.
We can only bend so much before we break.
Yeah. I make decent money and I can't. I mean, I'm not hurting, but I'm not able to go, you know, like whatever. You know, I couldn't go down there and buy a boat. I can't even go down the road and buy a used boat.
No.
You know, it'd
Like
be
you,
tough.
you can,
Well, yeah, I can, but then I have to fucking
but not
wait another 9
yeah.
months to do anything else.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the problem we're running into now. That and they're all, you know.
And I make decent money. I should be able to splurge a little bit here and there, you know, without having to be like, oh, whatever I get. So if I get this, I'll still be able to pay my bills for another month.
Exactly.
You know? And looking at buying a pro truck. So I make bad financial decisions all the time. But it's a cheap pro truck. I make good enough money where I should be able to go buy one of them $20,000 ones. You know?
Yeah. I was trying to take my position into perspective, you know, like yeah, I don't have a lot of spending dollars, like spending money. Like I can't just go splurge, but I have stuff that eventually will pay out. You know,
I don't even pay fucking income tax and shit.
Yeah,
that's just the regular taxes that kill me on everyday life. That's just regular taxes. That's the shit's too high.
The taxes are too damn high.
Too damn high.
Hopefully it'll change. I'm not talking about like with the election and shit like that. I'm talking about like an actual change, like actual fucking system change. Like this shit just ain't working no more. We're at the point now where
we need a reset. We're about due for a reset.
Yeah.
It's like every 40, 50 years, something major needs to happen for everything to kind of settle back down.
Yeah. Well, what we need to do, we need to do a reset. We need to base it on like one of the best government documents ever created by any government ever in history. Declaration of Independence. Bill of Rights. Like
Part of the deal.
We need to take that, not cut anything out of it, but expand on it, make it better. You know? Like as simple as that. Like we're so busy like trying to make all these new laws of like all these blue states making these stupid laws where like
can't collect rainwater.
Yeah, you can't do that, or you can't do, you know, you can't call the cop like Pittsburgh. You can't call the cops between like fucking like midnight and 5 a.m. or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. You hear about that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they're making it where like.
Have you heard about this? Have you heard about this?
Yeah, they're making it where like I think it's Pittsburgh. Where like the police will not they're only going to answer to true emergencies. So like if your house is getting broken into, that may or may not be considered a true emergency.
That's wild.
Like that's what the fuck are we doing? Like what the fuck are we honestly doing? New York's housing fucking.
But I mean,
in all reality, though, thousands of migrants.
In real reality, though, it shouldn't be. The police shouldn't be there to. I mean, to serve and protect. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a fine. For me, it's kind of like a fine line. Like to me, if somebody's breaking into my house,
oh yeah,
they're dead. And then the police are just there for afterwards.
Yeah,
like hey, there's a mess in here. Like,
you're
my point of contact. Who do I call to clean this up?
Exactly.
You know,
the cops should be like the middle ground. Like they go there just to make sure the situation doesn't get worse.
And if they're close by, they can help out. You know.
Yeah, they're close enough. They can help out. But they should be the middle ground people. They should be the ones that are just there to make sure that shit doesn't get worse. They shouldn't be the ones there to solve the problem. They should be legit like negotiate like not non like third party, not in no skin in the game, just people there that are just to mitigate what's going on. You know?
Yeah.
And if one party is not accepting anything, then yeah, then at that point, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you need law and order.
Yeah, you still need fucking 25-year traffic cops.
Yeah.
We brag about it.
Yeah.
You don't need cops that are like, oh, I'm trying to give you this ticket because I'm going to keep you accountable, even though.
I know of one.
Who?
The one that gave you a ticket for keeping you accountable.
Yeah.
I was on the phone with you when that happened.
I'm going to keep you accountable.
This is just an accountability ticket.
I have my fucking
What are you,
tag
my
right
fucking
here.
Teacher? Get the fuck out of here, dude.
You going to give me homework? You going to give me
Yeah.
fucking homework?
He did. He got court and all this other shit.
I don't have to go to court, but I'm going to.
It's pretty dumb.
Not pretty dumb. It's super dumb.
Well, that's
Never had a
what I
ticket in
mean.
my life. Never had anything like that in my life. Never, no citation, no nothing. And that's what I get a ticket for. For making sure my tag doesn't fall off my trailer. Awesome. But
Because going off his logic, he would have gave you a ticket even if that tag had just fallen off a mile up the road.
Mhm.
He still would have gave you a ticket because it's an accountability ticket.
Mhm.
Hey, here's some taxes you got to pay to make sure you go pay your taxes on that thing that you don't really need.
yeah. I wonder now if I could have just told him like, oh man, it must have fell off just now when I was driving because it was on there this morning. If he would have given me a ticket still. Because you give me a ticket when I'm literally holding the tag in front of your face, like it's right here. Like I can screw the two bolts on right now, and the tag will be displayed. Well, why don't you? Because it falls off. If I do that 2 more times, I'm basically just paying the ticket.
Yeah. Fuck those police.
Big time. That's where our tax dollars are going to. Thank God for that. Yeah, we should stop paying those. We should stop paying those. Everyone should stop paying those.